Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel Inside the Q Tribe. My name is Les and this is my beautiful, wonderful, expecting wife, Luce. And we're here to talk to you about
being pregnant during COVID-19. Not only being pregnant during COVID-19, also being a pregnant essential worker during COVID-19.
Which I think it's a very important thing. Let me just come in. We are both essential workers. So both of us have been working throughout this whole pandemic and it's been tough. It's tough for me because of the work labor that I do, and it's tough for her because she works from home. Her part-time job's at a hospital, right? She'll get into that in a few minutes. And she's also homeschooling our 3 kids.
So we wanted to make this video to discuss the difficulties in being an essential worker, and then for me also being pregnant and being an essential worker, because for example, Les, he works at a warehouse, so he is exposed because obviously if another person in the warehouse was to get sick, or someone that, you know, one of the truckers or whatever was to get sick and he was to come in contact with those people, then, you know, he has the potential of contracting the virus, right? Now for me, it's a little bit more serious. I work on a COVID floor. I am 7 months pregnant, due in June, baby number 4. So it's a lot more stressful for me because although the nurses on my floor are great and the people that I work with are great, I have not had to go into any of these rooms. But that doesn't mean that the risk of exposure is any less. Not too long ago, we had a patient that was running up and down the floor butt naked. So, you know what I mean? You have instances like that. You know, not everyone is understanding when you tell them what you have is highly contagious. We need you to stay in this room. Some people are in the hospital, you know, 2 or 3 days and they come out, but some people are in the hospital for weeks. So when you have people that are stuck inside, you can't have any visitors, you can't talk to anybody, you're by yourself, the only people that you see are strangers. You know, it's understandable for you to feel the way you feel. But for me, it's been really hard, and the only thing, like I tell everyone, you know, people are like, oh, you're still working? Yeah, I'm still working. You know, I can't stop working, you know. I'll be out of work the first week of June, God willing. And my day job, unfortunately, did a company-wide pay cut. So that hit us hard. So the only way that we have definite income now is from the hospital, because it's the only place where I know that I can go to work without a problem. They're never gonna tell me, no, we don't need you, especially now. You know, we have a lot of patients, whether they're positive or whether they're ruled out. A lot of people are getting sick. So how do you feel when I go to work?
I hate it. I hate that she has to go to work being pregnant. Even if she wasn't pregnant, I still hate the fact that she works at a hospital and that they have COVID patients and that she's on the floor where the COVID patients are. I hate it. I sometimes can't sleep knowing that she's there overnight. I sometimes can't sleep worrying about where she's at. I keep thinking about her, the baby, and I just keep believing that she'll be okay. She knows how to take care of herself, because I feel like I gotta take care of her all the time, especially with things like this. And in reality, there's nothing I can physically do about a virus that's invincible. But you feel like you have to do something as the man, as the husband. You feel like you gotta get these scary situations and cover them. And that's how I feel. So I hate it. I really hate the fact that she's working during this whole thing. Me, on the other hand, I hate the fact that my company has not shut down. I really do. It doesn't make sense to me. But I go because we have to provide and continue to keep things straight in this house. So I go. I do work for an essential warehouse, essential business, but it's still, you know, we contact different people. Me personally, I have done the best I can, and I literally mean this, to stay away from everybody, co-workers, everybody. Every time I touch a paper, I sanitize my hands. Every time I touch my forklift, I sanitize my forklift. I sanitize my workspace. And so I'm doing what I have to do, but still, you know, people who aren't from our warehouse come in because they have shipments that we have to receive in, and that's the part that gets me a little bit shaky. Actually, one more thing. One of our company people in Arkansas died from the COVID-19. So when they told us that really made me be like, well, you know what? Man, what are they going to do now? You know, I'm here because I have to be, but if it gets too scary, I'm out. And there's nothing anybody can say about it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how I am.
And the thing is, you know, like I try to explain to him, and you know, he told me this, and we talk about everything, and especially about how he feels about the whole situation. But there's no escaping it. You know what I mean? Even now, you go to the grocery store, you go to any store, you don't even know if your mailman has it, and they put packages in your mailbox. You don't know if the UPS driver has it, and he put a package on your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, you don't know. You can be a homebody, you can stay inside, and you can still contract it from an outside source. Mm-hmm. The best thing you can do, in my opinion, pray. Because before I walk into that hospital, the first thing I do is I pray. And wash your hands, stop touching your face, and stay away from people. You know, I always do the groceries. It's just easier for me because when I send him, he'll end up calling me, and then he'll say, oh, I can't find the salad dressing. So then you sit here, I sit here and literally guide him. Like, okay, what part of the store are you in? Okay, you're gonna go down this aisle. It's gonna be on the third shelf from the bottom. And he laughs because I know where everything is. But it's because I'm the one that always does the groceries.
But it's insane. It doesn't make sense.
And, you know, for the most part, we're creatures of habit. And it has to do a lot because of our budgeting. So we pretty much stick to the same food items and the same groceries and things like that. So I know where most of our essentials are. So, you know, being pregnant now, I try to avoid as much exposure as possible. I do work overnight in the hospital. So I don't work every day. That's my part-time job. Well, technically I'm per diem, so I work when I feel like it. So I try and go early in the morning. As soon as I get out of work, I go. And even at 7 o'clock in the morning, like, it's ridiculous the amount of people that are at Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, to me, it's like, you can't sit here and tell me that you need that much stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so often. Because I try and go, if I can go 2 weeks without having to step foot in Walmart or any store in general, then that's my goal. I try to make a 2-week grocery haul and not have to go in. But with kids, there's certain things that you have to buy more of. You know, my kids go through milk like there's no tomorrow, whether it's chocolate milk or cereal, you know, and things like that. So being pregnant during this time is very difficult. Right now, a lot of hospitals are trying to not allow partners into the birthing rooms, into labor and delivery. That's hard. That's something that's very hard for me to accept. So far, the hospital where we plan on delivering the baby, they have not set any rules to that extreme. You are allowed one person that I'm aware of, and it's the hospital that I work for. So you are allowed one person, but you know, it sucks because now my kids won't get to meet their sister until we're home, and I'll be having a C-section. So you're talking 3, maybe 4 days in the hospital, depending on how I recover. You know, so there's nothing normal about life right now. Life is not normal. You go out with the fear of, you know, contracting this virus. And yes, so many people have come out of it. So many people have recovered. But a lot of people have died, you know. So it's out of your hands. It's out of your control. And honestly, the only thing that has kept me sane is God, because there's nothing, if you can't control your circumstances and your surroundings, you can only do so much, right, to control your circumstances and your surroundings. At that point, it's Lord, have your way. If it's your will, it's your will. There's nothing that I can do about it. I can do what I can control. What I can't control, I leave it up to you.
That's right. And with that being said, for me it's been difficult too, because I think too much. And I overflow my brain with so many thoughts at once, and it could become very dangerous. So I start to develop symptoms of anxiety. My eyes been twitching for the past 3 or 4 days. I haven't been sleeping good, and it's due to thinking about where she is, thinking about what's going to happen at work, making sure that I sanitize. It's just, and unfortunately, this is the new normal. And I don't think it's going to be for now. I think it's going to be for a very long time. Where all of this that we're doing now and practicing now, it's going to have to be this way, because just because they lift the social distancing doesn't mean the virus is not out there. It's still going to be out there, and it might still be killing people. So you just have to take those steps and be very clean and be very sure that you're on top of cleaning your hands, not touching your face, all of those rules that they tell us to do. And but it's nerve-wracking. It's a nerve-wracking thing. It's something that I don't want to get used to. And I know everybody else feels the same way. I don't want to get used to living like this. But then I try to comfort myself by telling myself, well, this is how you're going to have to do it. Now, starting now, you're going to have to live like this, because it's the only thing that's going to protect you in a way from contracting this virus.
I think for me, it's not about living like this, because we should all be clean. The way that we're doing things now should have been done from forever. It's more or less the fear, you know, because things are so unknown. You know, you don't know how many people have it. You don't know how many people are infecting other people, and how many people, even though some people know they have it, and I guarantee you they're in the store right now. You know, how many times you've gotten the flu, and the flu is contagious. The flu is something that might not kill you, but it can kill somebody else, right? You know, with a weaker immune system. You have the flu, and I bet you'd be in the store with the flu, not caring that someone else can die because of your carelessness. You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less the fear that is getting, I'm getting tired of. So we're going to insert some clips. We did a little grocery shopping. So it's nothing extravagant, but we just filmed a little bit of our shopping trips to Save-A-Lot. If you don't know what Save-A-Lot is, it's like an Aldi's. If you don't have an Aldi's, it's like a discount grocery store, I guess. And then we went to Walmart, and I took some clips of, like, Save-A-Lot was dead. It was so empty in there, and I was not expecting it to be that empty. Walmart, on the other hand, ridiculously packed, and they're still limiting. The governor of New Jersey put in some new laws. You can't go into any store without having your face covered unless you have a medical condition or a medical reason as to why you can't. Then also, stores are only allowed to have like 50% of their max capacity at one time. The social distancing, staying 6 feet away from each other. Walmart had like lines on the floor that you can only go one direction. Of course, no one noticed the lines on the floor because every single aisle was packed on both sides, people going still in the opposite direction. But it kills me how people are still buying things that are just unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, buy things online. If you really need a brand new t-shirt, buy it online. Why are you gonna risk exposure to yourself or exposure to somebody else just for a brand new t-shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's ridiculous. And the people in the store, they're like too close. Like, do you not understand what social distancing is? Like, if we go down an aisle and I see that there's way too many people in that aisle, I'm like, back up, babe. There's too many people. Like, way too many people for my comfort, you know? And things are still out of stock. There's still no toilet paper. There's still no paper towels. The meat was basically non-existent, and the meat that they did have was disgusting looking. Like, we didn't even buy meat at all because it just looks so nasty.
Yeah,
the chicken breast, it was white. Like, it wasn't even nice and pink. I can't do it.
It looked bad. It was bad. You'll see all those things that she's talking about in the clips. One thing I do want to say, just be safe out there, man. Take care of yourselves and make sure you do what you got to do to be safe. Always sanitize, and you know, everything everybody's been saying, it's been helping. It's been helping us. So we know that it works. Social distancing, we don't go out unless we have to. Mm-hmm. We have to do this grocery haul, so we went out. But I'm in the house. I don't care if they lift this next week. I'm not leaving the house. I'm gonna still do work to home, and that's what I mean about this being the new normal. Mm-hmm. Because I know I'm not the only person that feels like that. I don't care if they open Six Flags next week. I will not be going anywhere where there's a huge amount of crowds. The only thing that'll probably get me out the house if WWE shows up at in my town. That's it. Or baseball opens back up. And even with that, I will bring sanitizer, gloves, and a mask. So it's scary. It's the new norm. We just gotta try to go along with it.
Hey guys, so we're going grocery shopping, and the governor of New Jersey said that you can't go into any facility without some type of face covering.
Yes, he did.
So I got my bodyguard with me. And we're gonna hopefully not have to make too many stops. Things have been real crazy in New Jersey. People buying up everything for no reason at all. To me, I feel like people are making it seem like we're getting a hurricane and they're not gonna be able to leave their house for a very long time. I'm not that type of person. I do my weekly groceries of what is very necessary, and that is it. So this is a day in the life of being pregnant during COVID. So considering the circumstances, it's pretty empty in here. We're at Save a Lot. If you don't have it where you live, it's like an Aldi's. If you don't have Aldi's, what are you excited about? So yeah, it's very empty in here, which is good. And it is 9:30 in the morning. So part one of our little shopping adventure is done. We luckily really don't need much at home, but it just sucks having to do things this way. Usually their prices are pretty good, and I feel like everything was more expensive than normal. And so some things we ended up not buying because I feel like I can get a better price at Walmart or somewhere else. We're gonna go to Walmart now. But then you also find yourself overspending because they don't have everything that you would normally buy available. So it kind of sucks. But it also sucks having to wear that face mask. It's one thing for me to have to wear it for work, because I do work at a hospital, but having to be outside of it, my glasses get all fogged up, and it's a pain. But surprisingly, the store was very empty. We got here around like 9:15-ish in the morning, and it was not that bad. I expected it to be way worse.
Yep. to say because she is saying everything.
Alright guys, so let's see how Walmart is. I'm sure it'll be way worse.
That's my favorite store.
Yeah. That's where we always overspend. So we'll see how Walmart is and we'll let y'all know. So our Walmart also, I'm pretty sure it's everywhere, but they set up this little barricade. You can only go in one way and come out one way. And they're only allowed to let in 50% of people into Walmart. We're finally done, and we only had to do 2 stops. And the only reason why we honestly want to save a lot, it would have been 1 stop, because I usually just come to Walmart and get everything that I need to get and be done with it. But I was being lazy, and us Puerto Ricans use something called sofrito when we cook. I didn't want to make none myself. They sell it really good when I save a lot. That was the whole purpose of the Save a Lot trip. But Walmart was ridiculously packed as usual, as expected. We're trying to be in and out. We're getting what we need to get. We got the kids at home, so we spent double this week in groceries than we normally do. But they're at home all day and all they do is eat. So, you know, it is what it is. But you see people in there buying clothes and buying jewelry and buying a whole bunch of unnecessary items. People aren't taking this seriously. That's why so many people are dying. And we're going home. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That was our little shopping trip. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and ask. I will be doing a pregnancy update video, just to talk about my pregnancy and things like that, in case anyone is curious. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you stay inside the Q Tribe with us.
Yes.
And please, like we said, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Les is a warehouse worker. If you have any questions for him in regards to how he's staying safe, or you want something more in detail on either of us, go ahead and shoot us a comment. Also follow us on Instagram, Inside the Q Tribe.
Yes, follow us on Instagram.
And we hope you guys have a great day. God bless.